Gamers, welcome to the stream. Booga Beluga. You're here. I'm having a fucking amazing weekend, bro. I'm not taking the ADV monotype thumbnail off. It's got too much sauce. We've got another flanky monotype set coming up this week. Not today. I don't think his opponent will even be named until tomorrow. Archduck is also here. Z Panther, welcome. This has been one of the best weekends I've had in a long time. Friday night went to see a movie with my partner. We went and saw that new Will Arnett movie where he's like a comedian in a failing marriage and they're getting divorced and shit. Is This Thing On? Good movie. Enjoyed the movie. Yesterday, woke up, went on a 4-mile hike, saw some like really, really beautiful scenery and views about an hour outside of Seattle. I thought I was going to be playing Forte today. I was planning on prepping last night, or continuing to prep last night. And then Forte hits me up halfway through the hike and is like, hey, are we doing this? Like, I'm on. Let's go. And I'm like, what? And it turns out I scheduled my match for yesterday on accident. So I'm like, shit, dude, I am like an hour away from home halfway through a hike. And we figured it out, okay, we'll play later. So I'm like, shit, fuck, okay. But like the hike just like cleared my fucking head. I come home and we play. We're going to check out the set. But before we check out the set, something else just dropped of note. SPL 17 power rankings. Is your full title now Mr. Winner of Mugulis Cup 2? No. Nobody has won Mugulis Cup 2 yet, so nobody can have that title. The tournament is still a thing. There are many people contending for the champion status of Mugulis Cup 2. Welcome back to Smokegun Premier League Power Rankings. I'm mostly interested in what they have to say about the ADVers. We have 7 players this time around who cost over 20k that weren't here last year. Vert, X-Ray, Fakes. Makes sense. Gilbert, Arenas, Star, M-Dragon. Star Master didn't play last year. It's kind of surprising. 17 rookies. Scarfarum cost 8k as a rookie, went 1-4 in ADV, and is now being paid 19.5k to see if he can improve on that. A year after BKC set the 2020's record for auction price of a DPP starter at 25k. Gilbert Arenas blew through that record with 34.5k. They're underrating the bigs. Is that the team that you're on? I gotta get my ball knowledge up. I don't even know what teams everyone's on. But big ups to the following true rookies. Z Panther. Dude, Z Panther's I was gonna say ZPL, an SPL gamer. So fucking hype. Jonald, our boy, the mad scientist, always cooking up something devious in the lab. Colin, who could forget Colin, and Zinc should be in here, right? Zinc is a true freshman, a true rookie. Does Zinc have a different Smogon name, and that's why I'm not seeing him here? Mielke. Who have sheet games but no SPL games. Is Zinc in here? I don't know. So are we starting off with number 1? There's no like number here. My dumb brain. I'm like looking for like a way that this is organized, and I'm not gonna lie. This is just a big slab with a bunch of text. They are not conveying how this is ordered very easily. I think they did just miss Zinc. After making the playoffs for 3 consecutive seasons, blah, 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 they took a step back to 7th place last season. So is this like worst to first? Are they saying that the Alpha Ruiners are cooked? They got Prinz. They got the ADV Revival 3 champ hanging out in ADV. That's pretty sick. Do they have like rankings specifically for formats? Because that's what I'm more interested in. Yeah, okay. Okay, shit. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay. Mean median mode. They don't name the people who ranked this. So I wonder who voted on this. Every single person except... Well, I guess 5 of 9 people put Ferdazi at number 1. Of the 4 who didn't put Dazi, Triangles got a number 1 vote. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying really hard to parse through this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it looks like Dazi has 5 first place rankings. So that leaves 4 people who put somebody else at number 1. So I'm seeing 3 people. Oh, wait, is this an aggregate of the individual? No, these are all... this is an individual and this is an individual. So there's only 4 people who didn't put Ferdazi at number 1. 3 of those 4 people put Triangles, but then the 1 remaining person put Endil, and then there's yet another 1 extra secret person that put Prince. So there's either I'm reading this wrong or this is cooked. But the bigger picture here, am I super surprised at anything? I think Jonold's gonna turn some heads. Like, real ones know that, like, I mean, Jonold, I think any of these gamers in a best of 1 can go toe-to-toe with anybody else, from what I know. I mean, yeah, like, Dazi is gonna have the edge in... I struggle to really think of somebody that I wouldn't, if I had to put money on it, like, would I just, like, put the money on Dazi and hope that he wins? I'm probably putting the money on Dazi. But that's the beauty of best of 1, is fucking anything can happen. And we're definitely going to be covering ADV and SPL 17 live this season. Looking forward to it. Okay, so these are attribute, nat, plague. These all individual people. So this is where they're ranking, like, the actual... What did Z Panther say? Yeah, no McMegan nor Bad Dummy in ADV. It feels kind of wide open. Underrating the bigs. Where are the bigs? Yeah, Congregation without McMegan. Bigs are a little low. Are they lower than they should be? Who knows? Let's see where, if they're going to have, like, write-ups on all the ADVers. That's pretty sick. We'll skim through these. Ferdazi. A staple of SPL excellency, despite the fact that he can't even drive yet. There is so much to be excited about when it comes to Shitrock Enjoyer. Semifinals SPL run last year that included defeating McMegan twice. That's honestly so fucking crazy. Many expectations to fill. Has Ferdazi ever been like this at this point, where people are like, yeah, no, he is actually expected to have the best performance in SPL? Has he been like the number 1 ranked ADVer before? If not, maybe that's an interesting narrative. Is like, okay, like, he's like this kid, he's, you know, brilliant, he's really fucking good, but there's still a level of like an underdog there where it's like, well, how good is he gonna do? How good can he perform? Can he double eliminate fucking McMegan? Well, now that he has, like, I guess the question could be, can he sustain it? Yeah, Z Panther, I think this is his first number 1. Tetra, jump the fuck on, man. I'm just hanging out, man. Join. And the insta join. Let's fucking go. Ultra low latency. Tetra, what's up?
You know I have to be here for my boy.
Dude, how does it I feel like we're like that gif of those it's Paul Rudd on like Hot Ones, and he's like looking at the dude interviewing him. I can't remember that guy's name. And he's like, look at us, like, who thought we would be here? Like, not me. You know what I'm talking about? Do you know what gif I'm talking about right now?
Yeah.
No, you don't. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna share my screen with you, and we're gonna figure this out. Who is adding me? Oh, you added me in Discord. I don't look at Discord when I'm streaming. That's on me, fam.
That's what I kind of figured. But...
Yeah, you figured it. not me. Yeah, look at us. Yeah.
Hey, look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
This is me and you. This is you in fucking top 32 of Rev and me in top 8 of Mugulis, dude.
There you go. Well,
look at us,
8
man.
is a smaller number than 32, so by a certain perspective.
But how many people entered Rev 3? Like more than 130, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think 5 times that. Well, not quite, but close.
Not 5. What?
I think there were more than 500 entrants for Rev.
Were there really?
Yeah, I think so. Somebody fact checked me.
That's kind of crazy. Okay, so if there were 500 and you made top 32, then you're a little bit better than top 10%. You're like almost top 5%. If I'm top 8 out of 130, it's like pretty close. It's pretty fucking close.
8%. If you win the next round, then there's like an argument that you did better than me.
It's gonna be close. I also,
but
yeah, go ahead.
To be fair to me, the person who knocked me out is literally on screen right now.
That is like really funny and so true. And here he is. And I was talking to Benji about this last night. We were in a call going over these sets that we're gonna take a look at in a second. And he was like, dude, do you realize that Tetra like literally had like a 100% like line to just like win the set over the guy who ended up winning Rev? I'm like, I don't think I knew that. I don't think I knew that it was like that.
Yeah,
and that's kind of crazy.
I mean,
Flanky, welcome.
You play yourself into a good spot, but your inexperience will come back to bite you. And you know what? You can only get more experience by playing more games.
That's insanely true. And like, you have to wonder, like, ask yourself, how many times has Prinz been in a spot like that where, you know, he had to take those losses over his career to then be able to put it all together in a single run? You know, this is just our first run, man. That's all it is. First.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about his results from 2020, which was 6 years ago at this point.
That's fucking insane. Yeah, he's been doing it. So for you to even bring him to the brink is pretty dope. And you had a sick run, bro.
But enough about me. Let's talk
about you, dude.
These guys on the screen.
Exactly. We're talking about Fradazi. Z confirmed that this is probably the first time that Fradazi is expected to have the best performance. So gonna keep an eye on that. Obviously, always expect great things from little bro. But you know, will the weight of expectations be too much? I don't think that they will, but it's something that I'm gonna keep an eye on.
Yeah,
because
I think the one knock that I would have on Fradazi, if you could even have such a thing, is that he does really like that slop archetype. And when you're somebody who mains a particular archetype, then you're prone to getting countered.
Don't I know it?
I mean, which you know probably just as well as anybody else. But when you have literal ABR on your team, like, I don't see how that's going to be like that huge a factor, because there's no way that ABR is going to allow Fradazi to get so easily countered by everybody else.
Nephew, welcome. We're talking about they just came out with the power rankings for SPL, and we're just talking about some of the gamers. No Bad Dummy, no McMegan. ADV feels like kind of wide open. I was just talking about how it feels like any given week, I kind of feel like anybody could beat anybody. It's best of fucking one. You know, like a single crit freeze on a Pursuit Tyranitar, for example. You know, anything can happen. Triangles. We're not going to read through like all of this. Let's skip to fucking Jonald. What do they have to say about Jonald?
Rest in peace to Triangles. That's my favorite player, by the way.
Like of all time?
Well, in ADV.
Whoa, that's a big statement. Fair enough. One of 2 rookies, lots to look forward to. Eclectic builder, varied and interesting team choices, prolific ladderer. Shout out to Stantler. Okay, yeah, the people who wrote this know what's up. Did they talk about who wrote these blurbs for ADV specifically? No, they don't. Maybe they mentioned it elsewhere. Did you already look through this?
Because if they did, then some people will have some choice words. Especially, I feel like they kind of buried Scarfarum a little bit.
Scarfarum down in 6. It's tough, man. I mean, like, there's no shame in being ranked below like Gary Oak, the winner of ADV 3. Endil.
Well, I'm not saying I necessarily disagree with where he's ranked, but like what they wrote about him was.
An interesting question mark. Oh, true. Yeah, they're kind of throwing a little shade. It's not often a player will go 1-4 into bench and then later go for 19.5K for the same tier the next year. Yeah, so they're just noting like, hey, like, you know, last year didn't go as planned, but people still believe in it because they're willing to spend this much money, over twice the amount.
Mean, if you're very charitable in your reading, I could see how you would think that.
Notably, the same issue that plagued him last year seems to be present with auxiliary support. Yeah, I guess not everybody can have 80 or ABR support. It's an interesting choice. But admittedly not so baffling when you look into what Scarfarum did this year. Most notably, he won ADV Cup in fairly dominant fashion. Yeah, if you get further in, they do kind of they put him a little bit on blast. A little bit.
I know, dude. It's like, what the hell? If they wrote that about me, I'd be a little mad about it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be that mad because your name would be up on the fucking SPL placard.
That's true. Hey, I'm just thinking about it, and like the bottom 3 players I've beat before. So,
like on ladder or in tourney?
On ladder, not in a tournament, no.
I think I'm 1-0 on river on ladder, and I was supposed to lose, but I like at the very end, like dodged a rock slider, got like a really fortunate flinch or crit, and I can't remember what she said, but she said something and then left, and it was kind of funny.
It is funny. She does say things a lot of times.
She is like the kind of gamer that says things, and I respect that about her.
I think I called her switching to something and got a crit on it, and then she said something like unwinnable.
True.
But
okay.
I'm 1 and X. We don't have to talk about how high that X is.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Let's talk about what I started the stream for. I'm probably gonna be live for like another 80 minutes or so. Wanted to talk about Mugulis Cup 2, losers round 9 set, Zets versus Forte. This is the run back set. Forte sent me to losers earlier in the bracket and earned the win. It was a 2-1 win, very close series. I have my gripes, not towards Forte, but in general with Game 3, because there's a situation where I started off so hot in Game 3. I had a great position, kind of threw it away with Classico, with the team that I'm most comfortable with. So there's no excuse there. I put myself in a bad spot, but I was fighting back. I had outs. There were worlds where I could win. I had time on my timer, and it's a complicated situation. I might make a video about it at some point. From my perspective, Showdown basically forced me to forfeit. I had locked in a click with just under 5 seconds left on my timer. And then I thought about it. I decided to change my mind. I went to I hit cancel so I could click a different click. And the moment I hit cancel, it immediately forfeited. And if you've watched me play before, you know I play on low timer all the time. I'm very, very conscious and conscientious of exactly how much time I have. I had at least 3 to 4 seconds left, and the millisecond I clicked cancel, it auto forfeited. And somebody told me that is a mechanic, that if you have less than 5 seconds, maybe it's only on Smog Tours, I don't know, but if you have less than 5 seconds and you've clicked to move, you're not allowed to switch at that point. And if you hit cancel, it auto forfeits. And I was told, I haven't tested this yet, I'm gonna test it. I was told that that's a feature, but nobody knows about it. Nobody knows that that's a thing. And I lost a set to it. Did I lose a set to it? Not really. I was not favored from that position, but I had outs. So I was upset that I feel like I had time and I wasn't able to utilize that time in the way that I thought I would be able to. Figgle says, oh, I think that's because your timer gives you extra seconds when a turn ends, and it removed them after you canceled. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I was a little, and again, obviously Forte did nothing wrong. None of my frustration was directed towards Forte, and they put themselves in a position, they won the set. Happy for them. They remained in winners. I went down to losers, had to win 2 or 3 sets, and then we get the run back. These usage stats, Flanky, this is the scout for Forte from the past year. This is what they use. The previous scout I did on my previous opponent showed 90% Metagross, literally 0% Blissey. You're gonna notice that there's not really anything as exploitable going on here. I took a look at this with some friends, and we tried to come up with a game plan. As I described earlier in the stream, I thought my match was gonna be today. So I was planning on continuing my preparation last night, but in the middle of a hike yesterday early afternoon, I got a message from Forte saying, hey, let's go. And I realized I accidentally scheduled the match for yesterday. So I got back from the hike, pulled together some teams, somewhat haphazardly. And the first team I decided to go with, for whatever reason, I was like, let's run Glalie. I'd never run Glalie in my life. I've never used this Pokemon, maybe one time ever. I think I used like a Gym Cool Glalie team like one time. So I talked about some lines with Z Panther. We run a Z Panther Glalie mix-off into the Scout and just hope that we do well.
So Glalie is like, usually you have it on a team because you can't afford to have another Zapdos weakness. So like Skarmory, Fortress, Cloyster, they're not helping you in that department. Whereas Glalie at the very least is going to scare the Zapdos away with an Ice Beam. So were you thinking that you were going to see a lot of Zapdos in this set?
I was, and specifically this is not, I think this is, this is the original case I got from ZE.
That's a tech for Salamence.
Right.
That gives you the best chances to live a choice banded Brick Break.
Right. And he told me specifically, he's like, if you don't expect Ments, put this def in Spadef. And I did that because I looked at this and I'm like, Zapdos is marginally more likely than Ments. And I think I was more highly expecting Zapdos. So I did put it in Spadef. Oh my god, Lamau, sorry, spoilers.
And then you got Salamence. Very good.
We'll be right back.
I think well, when they're that close and the Spadef, I don't think it changes any roles for the Zapdos. I think Zapdos is still 2-hit KOing either way. I probably would have just kept it in the defense. But I'm not you, and I didn't have to play this set, so.
All right, give me a second, everybody. Sorry, my computer is exploding right now for some reason. I swear I got everything set up before I started the stream to avoid this very thing from happening. We're just experiencing some technical difficulties here, folks.
Okay, actually,
talk to me.
44 Spadef versus a timid offensive Zapdos. You have about a 75% to dodge the 2-hit KO, not including crit chance. Versus if you have no investment, you only have a 25% chance to dodge it. So, actually, maybe there is some value in putting that in the Spadef. Though if it's a max modest, you go from a 0% chance to a 3% chance. So, like, basically negligible. And for those of you who are curious, a Rest Zapdos is not getting the 2-hit KO either way. What you'll come to learn about me, if you ever prep with me, is that I play most of my games in the calc before the game's even played.
Yeah, so you really think through a lot of the common lines, and that's going to save you a lot of time.
Yeah. Well, my sort of philosophy is like, there will be a key turn in the beginning of the game that you have to spend time on to figure out where you're going to play the game from there. But, and there will be key turns at the end of the game where you have to calculate to see if you can find the best win or there. But every turn that's not those key turns, it's like, if you are using up a lot of timer on those, it's probably because you didn't prepare well enough.
I think you're right. Yeah.
That being said, it's better to use the timer and find the right move than it is to just click fast and have bad moves. So
I think you're right. Like, I'll be on ladder sometimes and like it'll be like T-Tar versus fucking T-Tar. and my opponent will be taking like 30 seconds. And maybe they're like not paying attention. Maybe they're getting a fucking coffee or some shit. But I'm just thinking like, dude, how do you not know what you're doing against T-Tar? Like,
Right,
can
exactly.
we play turn 1? And like in a tournament setting, that's even more egregious and less forgivable. Of course, we do find the Ments.
Yeah.
Now, one of the people
I think there are 6 Pokemon that if you're serious about your team, you have to know what you're going to do turn 1 versus these 6 Pokemon. And it would
I
be
agree.
Tyranitar, Skarmory, Salamence, Zapdos, Suicune, and Metagross.
Big Ol saying, how long am I streaming? Because you guys played an hour. Dude, the saddest thing is I made plans with a buddy in an hour and 40 minutes. So I probably can't stream that match unless you guys move it up. But I wouldn't ask you to do that such last minute. That's really sad. I wanted to stream that shit, but I'm watching a NFL football game with my buddy in like an hour and 40 minutes. And for that reason, let's get into this. So one of the people that was helping me prep was like, Mence is supposed to stay in on Glalie, but I don't think your opponent is even going to know that that's necessarily the case. So just spike. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to spike. Unfortunately, they don't stay in. We don't have any info on like what that Mence is, but the Suicune is here. And I wasn't really planning on like over or like hyper analyzing stuff, but if there's a point where you want me to like pause and talk about something, Tetra, like feel free to. I decided to taunt to stop CM. Sure. It works. I'm getting a second spike. And Serva's a 3-hit, so I'm like, dude, I can get a fucking third spike and then explode on this thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting, like, this is what every Cloyster player wishes they could get out of their Cloyster.
I know, yeah, totally. And if you look at this team,
okay.
I talked about this with Benji as well. Here, I gotta go back to full screen mode. But after you get that explosion and the Suicune is at, like, 60, like, I don't love showing the Gar because it's like, here's my fucking spin blocker that is the mon I'm depending on to keep those 3 spikes up for the rest of this game. Come Pursuit Trap me. But at the same time, it's like, what else am I doing? Am I going to Zard and going for like a 2-hit with like HP Grass? Like, it can't be that. Like, I'm getting outsped going anywhere else. I could go like Endpert, I guess. Like, I don't know. Do you hate going Gar here to click like T-Bolt? Are you garring and then doubling?
Yeah, that's the rub, I think. And that may just be a thing with this team. Is that there's not other than Gengar, you don't really have a great follow-up into Suicune from that position. I think almost every other Glalie team I've seen has Jolteon on it.
Yeah.
And
Jolt would have been fucking beautiful here. You get T-Bolt or Baton Pass, and like either one just fucks their whole day up.
Yeah, and I think that actually makes a lot of sense now, looking at this game. You see, it's kind of interesting. You play a team, and you, like, don't know why the builder made the decisions that they did.
Yeah.
And then through the course of playing a bunch of games, you're like, oh, I think I understand it now.
Exactly. I can't remember who it was. It was in my Discord or in, like, the Rev server. I was trying to convince somebody to play Classico, and they're like, oh, I haven't really tried that before. I might try it. I might try the sample team. I might like switch it around a bit. I was like, I would challenge you not to switch it around, because even if it seems like weird or something seems like an odd choice, like playing with it, you will eventually figure out why it was made that way. And you'll learn more by virtue of being forced out of your comfort zone and try to find like the correct line rather than just the line you're already comfortable with, the line that you already like kind of see. And I think, maybe that means I should play with the teams I bring to top 16 tournament sets before bringing them to the tournament.
Yes, that is a great idea, actually.
Oh shit!
I've got a rule. Like, I basically will never if it's my first time playing the team, I'm not gonna play it in tournament.
Well, that's the problem with me is I've only played like 2 teams. So if I bring a team to a tournament, it's going to be the team I brought 500 times or 0 times, and there's not really much of an in between. But
there you go.
Figgle, thank you for pointing out the layout. And that's the other thing is, like, I wish that this Gengar had something to do against Pursuit. Also, like, this is going to show lefties, and we're getting Pursuited. I don't have a 2-hit KO. I don't have Giga Drain or anything. And I'm not doubting Z Panther.
Gengar, right?
We don't have.
I wonder.
We do have Wisp. I could Wisp on the switch, but then still, we're not going to win a 1v1.
Right. I wonder if
yeah.
Hypnosis might make some sense for this team.
I wouldn't hate that. Z Panther saying I probably should have wisped. Yeah, in retrospect, I don't hate that. That could have been cool and chill. And maybe this is a high roll. 95%. Do we need more? Do we need more
the
bulk?
EVs?
I think this is standard. 248 HP, 32 SPDEF.
That is not what you would typically see. I think you usually split the EVs a little more between your HP and your SPDEF.
I hesitate to throw criticism at Z Panther because he's currently 5 million times the builder that I am.
Right. No, I think
this is just a high roll, right? Because there was a moment where I was like, "Is this fucking black glasses?" But it showed lefties, and now our spin blocker is like basically dead.
So I think with this EV investment, assuming that that's a max investment Tyranitar, Gengar is favored to get out of this, not dying to sand, but it's like close. Like it's about 50-50 that you will get put into sand range with those EVs.
Yeah. Nephew, the reasoning for what Z Panther said is that DD Men sets up on basically everything and cooks your shit. Yeah, so we're trying specifically to be able to switch in on +1 DD Ments and ice punch it and be able to live like a +1 HP fly before sand? ?
Yeah.
But then at the same time with like a more like hyper offense-ish or like very offensive team that relies on the spin blocking, and then like we just like half the time just straight up die to the fucking pursuit and sand. It makes me think like we're just like putting too much on the Gengar. Like we can't need to rely on this to keep the spikes up and also to be like the Mence check. And we're gonna notice that our inability to deal with this Mence is gonna be a very relevant factor in this game. So that happens. We go to Npert. And again, I could have wisped this thing on the switch in. I could have doubled to Npert to scout for Pursuit Tar. Pursuit Tar is going to be a main character of this stream, by the way. Spoilers. Yeah. And now that
sacrifices the Pursuit Tar, which I think is probably reasonable. It did its job. The Gengar is going to die.
Exactly.
Obviously, when you see Pursuit Tar, the first thing that you think is that there's going to be a spinner, right?
Well, yeah, 1000%. So this is the least surprising Pokemon to come in after that of all time.
Yeah. So when the Gengar came in on the Suicune, did you think about Pursuit into Spin is going to undo all of my progress?
I realized that like I said, I had that thought where like I don't love revealing this Gengar and or possibly putting it in harm's way like this early after I've amassed these 3 spikes. But again, I didn't see. I guess I could have went Npert on the Suicune, I suppose, but Z Panther said going Gar and clicking Wisp was the best decision anyway.
Yeah, I think I would agree with him.
And now
going Gar was the best.
And I went back and read the chat log in Zetscourt, and also here in the chat, Z Panther saying that subbing here is better. I went for Surf because I'm like, okay, like the literal only way to preserve these spikes is to hit a crit. So I'm like, I'm gonna go. I'll take my 1 in 16 to keep 3 spikes and just kind of auto win most of the time. And if I'm wrong, I still got a huge chunk of this Claydol, which like agility meta in the back appreciates. What's the rest of this team? DDT Tar appreciates the chip on that Claydol. The Claydol like can't stay in, so I get like a free sub afterwards if I want it, and like the Npert can keep. So like he gets rid of the spikes, but like we are gonna make a lot of progress this way. Z wanted me to sub so that I don't take the rapid spin chip and then can get down to 1% later. Which
right. I mean, there's really subtle things with Npert that make it. It's a very difficult Pokemon to learn how to play well, because you have to manage your Swampert's HP from literal 100%.
Yeah.
If you mismanage it, you will not get what you need out of your Pert. Because, like, if you think about this team, right, you identified one of the big issues is you don't have a move to hit Suicune.
Right.
So,
right.
Well, when the Gengar's dead, and it's dead at this point.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
One of your best ways to handle a Suicune is 1 HP Swampert hitting an Endeavor, and Suicune will die to the Sandstorm.
Right.
And then taking a really weak hit like
This
Spin's
Rapid
actually
Spin.
like the worst thing you could do for your Swampert because you're going to be left at like 24% HP.
Exactly. Yeah, it's awkward, and then you can't get such that the Endeavor puts them in sand range.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think it would have been totally reasonable to suggest that I sub, accept that the spin is happening, lose out on the 1 in 16 world where I keep them up forever, but preserve the ability for this Pert to be able to like deal with that Suicune. That's fine.
Mm. But I mean, honestly though, 1 in 16 chance times you just win the game for there. So, I mean, I can't hate it too much.
So now we're in front of Jirachi, and it's Wish. And I kind of fumble around for a bit here. A lot of my N-Pert inexperience shows where I'm just kind of like wishing and trying to deny Suicune health, I guess.
Yeah. I think one of the things that Fredazi does that not very many people do with the Swampert is he will just switch the Swampert behind the sub.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just saying, fuck the sub, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Just really what he cares about is getting into the right HP range.
True. And like, I think for me, I was too attached to the sub. I'm like, no, well, the sub is valuable. Like, he has to deal with it. But no, actually, no, he fucking doesn't. Because I'm Surf Roar. Like, I can't actually pressure things. And like, losing a quarter of my Endeavor PP a moment ago on the Suicune to do like 4% is like amazing for him. So I'm just wasting resources and he's kind of just chilling. So I do think I have an entire fucking Charizard in the back that is not going to see the light of day. I think me playing the way I do against this Jirachi throughout the rest of this game is maybe going to be the most frustrating part of game one. Figgle saying, yeah, sub becomes a liability. I agree. Eventually I figure out that like we gotta do something. I don't do the right thing at all, I don't think, but
yeah, I think knowing what you have in the back, I think probably on a protect turn from the Jirachi, you want to bring the Tyranitar in.
The T-Tar.
But, you know, maybe somebody else has a better line than that. Like, I mean, getting the Charizard in could be nice on that Jirachi. Because, well, the Suicune already got a wish, right?
No, it's still at 60.
Well, in that case, you could bring the Charizard in, and now you put your opponent in an awkward kind of 50-50, where if you Fire Blast their Jirachi, that's bad. And if you like, Grass into Suicune...
Double HP Grass will kill, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I see the Endeavor here, which is putting the Suicune low, forcing it to rest, and then you've roared it out. Like, this is probably your best chance to deal with the Suicune now.
Yeah,
it's
that's
got
no turns
burned, and you've got strong enough moves that you can beat it 1v1 if you get your plays right here. So you're giving yourself an opportunity, which is great. Now, okay, Salamence is in. On this team, are you thinking it's Choice Band, Mixed Ments, or DD?
It's revealed lefties at this point, now that it's back, so I know it's not CB. The fact that it switched out, like, I figured it was probably, like, mixed, and it was like, oh shit, like, neither Brick Break nor Fire Blast actually kills this thing. I'm not going to give up my entire Ments to just deal some damage to this Glalie, put it into Salic, and then he gets a spike anyway. So that's what I was thinking, was...
Yeah.
Because if it's well, I guess if it's physical, unless it has... It's only CB Brick Break that has this, so... Like, even, like, thinking about it even more now, I don't think I really know what the hell I think this is. But I do think he's kind of weak to Scarm. So
yeah,
I would think mixed for that reason.
Yeah. Definitely. I would agree with you on that.
Like, he has Wish to, like, heal up the Lax. He can support it with Claydol, but he's also bringing Sand. He's got, like, probably Fire move on this T-Tar. But besides that, and, like, assuming this is Toxic Fire Punch or something like that, which is another thing that we're going to be talking about very shortly. I think that if this isn't Mixed Ments, like, he's, like, really fucking weak to Scarm on this squad, I think. So we Endeavor the Suicune down, and now it has no turns of Sleep Burned.
So this Endeavor, it's really good in a vacuum, because you have 0 turns burnt Suicune at less than 40%.
Yeah.
No boosts.
Yeah.
But if we hover over your Swampert,
It has 2 left now. Because I've endeavored into it 3 times now. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of owned me in that particular regard. I can't lie.
So this means now, like, you have very limited chances to beat the Suicune. You have to, like, make a move right now. Basically.
Yeah. If I could do this over, I think I just hard T-Tar and, like, click DD, like, right now.
Yeah, and I think that's what everybody in the Zscored was saying.
And I do so,
and go to T-Tar.
They bring in Rachi. And this turn is kind of insane. I think I'm worried about, like, I was worried about exactly Toxic. I'm like, okay, I DD, he Toxics. And then he can, like, Wish. He can go to Mence if I, like, DD a second time. I think I was just too worried about, like, Toxic and being put on a timer and, like, not actually being able to make progress and, like, having to win, like, Rock Slide, Earthquake, Mind Games versus Defrachi and, like, Mence coming in. The Claydol can come in on either of those clicks as well. And I was like, am I actually going to make progress? And I'm like, okay. I told myself that I know this is Wish Protect. And somehow I convinced myself it's definitely Toxic Fire Punch. And so I'm going to go Metagross on exactly Toxic and Agility instead. And he doubles to fucking Mence. So had I fucking Dragon Dance, we would be so happy right now.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess to an extent, you have to look at it from your opponent's perspective as well. So you brought this Tyranitar in on Suicune, and they go to Jirachi, and they're thinking to themselves, okay, well, what Tyranitar is this? If you put yourself in their shoes, what do you think that Tyranitar is going to be?
Well, if I'm them and I went T-Tar, like, revealed it on a team as fast-paced as this, like, I mean, it's got to be physical, and I would think it's either DD or CB if I'm them.
Well, so if it's DD, then what item does it have?
Yeah, I guess maybe he's worried about Lum. Maybe he's trying to respect Lum, and he's like, I need to get an Intim and, like, scout this, and maybe it's CB EQ or something, and I'm like, okay, cool, like, we dodged a fucking bullet, and if not, it's at least, like, we're gonna learn more about what this Mence is later too, and that could inform the decision. But yeah, maybe while I'm respecting Toxic, maybe they're respecting Lum.
Right, because I mean, they Toxic, especially if they miss and you're Lumberry, like they lose the game.
Yeah, the game could be over.
And if they hit the Toxic, then like there's still so much pressure going on.
True. I also, the other thought was, like, if my Metagross gets in Agility safely, I think I just win. Because, like, we're gonna 1v1 the Mence. The Clayl's at 42%. We can get through Jirachi unless it, like, burns us with exactly 1 attempt. Suicune's dead. Snorlax is Snorlax. And the thing that Benji talked to me about was like, okay, if we identify that Metagross getting a free Agility wins, just, like, run the T-Tar into the ground, like, DD the fuck up, put in work, and then bring the meta in. And, like, I think that would have won. That would have won.
That's. I think I said something to that effect when I was watching the game. And then you switch to Swampert here. I feel like this is probably the most confusing play to me as a spectator.
And I think it was also because, like, I had like 60 seconds at that point, and then I was down to 20 seconds. So I think, again, it's just team unfamiliarity and me not really being able to, like, analyze and process all of this quickly enough, and then kind of having to, like, make a decision to preserve my timer.
I mean, this is just one of those teams where your bulky DD Tyranitar and your agility Metagross. So you have 2 win conditions.
Yeah.
So I think by, like, turn, like, 27 or 28, you're identifying, okay, this is the Pokemon I'm going to win the game with.
Yeah.
So use the other one to break for that Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just didn't do it. And again, I'm like, surely you're gonna fucking click Toxic, and they didn't. They wish. So I mashed to deny the Claydol, which does allow him to heal the Suicune.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I mean, you still kind of have to click mash there, I think.
Yeah,
But
I think this
yeah,
is like
now,
a mostly fine outcome. He still hasn't burned anything.
right. But now he's a much healthier Suicune. You have one more endeavor to stop him
Yeah.
from getting out of control.
Or like
So now
T-Tar
you're
needs to
kind of
DD up. Right.
yeah. The other thing is now you're kind of forced to stay in with Metagross and get some damage on the Suicune, which gives your opponent a lot more chances to make a play here. But you actually switch out. This is actually fine though.
It should be. This is like my
as...
800th opportunity to just fucking click DD. And spoiler alert, I will not click DD in the entire game. It just won't happen. I go Metagross and he fucking reveals Body Slam. And I just like... In no world did I expect that it could be Body Slam, which makes no sense. It always could be. Like, it could be Slam Fire Punch just as easily as Toxic Fire Punch. And this... so now my win condition is cooked.
And sort of the game within the game here, I think Body Slam Jirachi is a lot better into Classico than Toxic Jirachi is.
Interesting.
You know, you switch, like, if you're Toxic Jirachi, then there are chances for you to switch in those rock types and just, like, eat the Toxic and get your damage. Versus if you're Body Slam, like, Arrow's so scared to switch into a Body Slam.
That's true. That's a good point. And then something really good happens. That like we did not deserve at all. We get a crit Earthquake as they wish. We get through the Def Rachi. Snorlax comes through. Benji and I talked about this turn. We should probably just fucking blow the hell up now. Like a full para could be disastrous. He's getting the wish anyway, so I really don't know. Maybe I was trying to deny Mence. I don't know.
I mean,
but
you're denying Mence by booming as well, right?
I should just be booming.
From like... When to boom the Metagross is always like a tough thing to figure out. But I think you should think about it like, okay, my opponent has 3 things. If I remove one of those 3 things, do I win the game? And if the answer is yes, no matter what you remove, then you absolutely boom.
Yeah.
And I think that, I mean, I think just giving up the Snorlax is probably the best case scenario for your opponent, because given that your last mon is Charizard, which they don't know that for sure, but I think they have an idea about what it is.
I think I could have tried to go Pert on EQ if I looked at the calc and saw like, oh shit, this is gonna put me like hella low, but like not gonna kill me. And like I kind of think that like my head calc is telling me like Lax EQ against like N Pert is gonna do like 30. It's not going to do 46.
Well, I mean, this Pert has no investment, right?
Right, but like Snorlax, like it's not like +1 Snorlax. It's like non-stab. Like, what is this going to be? Like adamant, like max attack.
It's probably a utility Lax with EQ. So EQ does about 30.
Oh my god, my head calc is insane.
So,
I mean, it's not putting us like low enough, so it probably wouldn't have been a play.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's a play like you go Swampert immediately on Earthquake and then you double back to Metagross.
That could be interesting.
It's a little bit risky, I think.
The Suicune has 0 fucking turns of sleep. 0 turns. I could just click fucking Dragon Dance. Zets.
Right. I mean, think about it like this. Suicune right now is a Milotic that can't attack you.
Or recover. But it does show Sleep Talk. So now I know the whole set.
Sleep Talk's a little scary, though. That could have been good into staying in.
We subbed down to 21%.
This is where, like, the issue kind of comes in with all the things that have been done with the N-Pert previously.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. I low-key think that this was kind of a like, mini cook. Because now he either gives up the Mence and we try to win with what's left, which probably won't work. Actually, I think that he wins regardless of who he sacks here. But since it worked out this way, he doesn't have the Spadef increase anymore, so my Torrent Surf does 18. But alas, we have no endeavors left. And then from this position, again, we've been talking about what do we think this Mence set is. It hasn't revealed anything. It switched out of Glalie turn 1. It like came in on like possible DD Mence when it was in front of the Jirachi like way fucking earlier. And I told myself, like, if this is, like, exactly DD, like, normal DD, going Tar, living a +1 Earthquake, and Rock Sliding wins. If it's DD Brick Break, I think I just lose. If it's mixed, if it's mixed, he could HP Grass now, and then hit the T-Tar, and then Brick Break, and then that'll kill. So I think it was kind of a mix-up, and I thought about the lines for a bit, because I probably only had like 20 seconds, I think. No, I had some timer. Maybe I had like 30 seconds. Ultimately, I decided, I think if this is DD, I think I'm probably going to lose. I've got a fucking Charizard in the back that did literally nothing. It probably could have done something against a Jirachi at some point. Cactu, TBH, when I see Forte's team, I'm assuming with Tar too much certainty, I know exactly what the team sets are. I don't know what this team is called, but it's really common. Okay, so this is a common team. So is Cactu saying that they know what this is?
I mean, to me, this looks like Skarm Beatdown.
Right.
Let me see if I can find the sample paste for that.
But like, again, like, besides like Fire Blast T-Tar and like Def Rachi Fire Punch, like your only other way to deal with Skarm if this is physical Ments is like to blow up with Lax, or like Calm Mind like Surf Suicune. Like I guess it's enough. I guess, but I don't know, it felt a little weak, and I was afraid of Grass into Brick Break T-Tar. At the end of the day, I tell myself I think it's mixed. If it's mixed, we're gonna win. I'm just gonna surf into this thing, and then that way, you found a team. Okay, is it an Asta Matito sample team? Cactu asks, and it's DD.
Yes, it is. Cactu knows ball. Although Asta Matitos does not have DD Ments.
Interesting. Yeah, so they get a second Dragon Dance, and now I'm like, okay, well, Crit Surf isn't out. We had 2 Crit Surf outs this game, hit neither one, which is the overwhelmingly likely outcome when only given 2 attempts. And it turns out that this thing was also DD Brick Break. So going T-Tar immediately wouldn't have even mattered, because he goes to +1 and Okos us anyway.
I think that they're probably DD Fire Blast on this.
That could make sense. That could make sense.
And in that case, then they don't have Rock Slide to hit Zard.
Exactly. So, and Forte told me that like +1 HP flying doesn't kill Zard, which like is that true? That can't be true.
No, I think that is true. I mean,
That's
Zard's not very bulky, but it's not like paper thin either.
It's kind of mid-groundy, mid-rangey. So if I knew the exact set, I think my exact outs were to immediately go Zard as he gets the first DD, and then he's gonna put us into Blaze. I can crit Fire Blast or go for a burn. And if I get the burn, then the T-Tar can come in and kill, because the burn Brick Break doesn't kill. So if I somehow knew the exact Ments, like the thing that I never would do in a million years would have been my only out. I don't think I'm not gonna beat myself up for not knowing how to like pilot that end game, but the mid game I think really fucking screwed me. I never clicked Dragon Dance once. I got the Metagross paralyzed because I convinced myself I knew the exact Jirachi set, which I did not. And I think
I think maybe there's an argument when your last 3 mons are Pert with no Endeavor, Tar, who's not in on the Salamence right as it came in, and Charizard. Maybe you just go Charizard first anyway, because you know that Charizard's never going to be instrumental to winning the game against this Ments. And then like you just pray that luck is in your favor.
I think though, like if I go Zard, and as they go to +1, they just go to +2 and then win. Because like, and they're like, okay, well, unless he crits Dragon Claw or is somehow HP Ice Zard. Like, I don't think they have to respect HP Ice Zard.
Well, I mean, they kind of have to just like, well, I mean, maybe to a degree they have to. Well, no, not if you're HP Ice, they probably lose anyway.
Is it HP Ice with Clayley? Like, no way.
Well, no. But it could be maybe Dragon Claw, maybe.
But Dragon Claw doesn't.
Probably not, though. Yeah. So, they're probably, I mean, they're gonna calculate the worst case scenario, and then they're gonna calculate like, well, if it's not the worst case scenario, what do I do? And if those converge, then they're gonna obviously just do the same thing.
I don't think it was possible for me to like. I think
I mean,
I have to guess. I guessed, and I think assuming this is mix is like valid.
Yeah, I mean, going to Tyranitar.
That yeah, it's almost like
it's
a
very it's very unlikely to win the game either way.
Unless it's DD non-brick break, then that's like kind of the only way to win.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're thinking if this is DD Earthquake.
Yeah, then going tar immediately is the only way to win.
Yeah, well, even then though.
Because if I go Zard, like I said, they could get second DD unless they decide to respect. But again, if they're not brick break, they know they need a second DD anyway. So I think they just have to like accept that they lose if Zard can somehow Oko Ments. What Zard can Oko Ments? Like nothing ever.
It has to be HP Ice.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah. All right. I mean, I guess that's a reasonable.
There was this
way to think about it.
We had a whole plan. The plan was win game 1 and then bring a certain team, and we didn't. So that team is not going to get played yet. We might talk about it later in the set if the set goes 3 games. Instead I brought like a more slightly comfort pick. Relatively speaking, I'm not going Classico because I'm still afraid of getting like hella counter teamed. But it's another Endpert. It's the same exact Endpert. And what do you know? The literal same exact Gengar set as well. But now we're on Jolt Spikes. We actually have something to hit Suicune. It's another Agility Metagross. And this is just a BKC tar because I don't know how to click Dragon Dance. So I'm not clicking Dragon Dance, apparently.
I have some slightly different EVs for my BKC tar, but it's not that relevant.
Let's talk about that sometime. We get Endpert into lead Registeel. And this is like a very uncommon lead. Like what is that? What does this even mean? You know? What the hell?
I mean, if I see Registeel lead, I'm usually thinking that they're playing stall.
You're thinking stall.
Yeah, I would think my mind would go to V5 with Registeel.
I was waiting for the V5, right? We were kind of waiting for V5 because Forte does have like a decent Milo bring rate, and we've noted that they do like some stallier structures. Well, I'm taking my fucking sub. They go Breloom.
Yeah, Breloom is not a stall staple.
It's not. And they reveal fucking Lapras. They brought like the greatest anti-Endpert Pokemon of all time.
Well, I think Lapras is like usually you want it for Suicune, right? Because unless you have HP,
like Monokune,
Grass, or Electric,
yeah,
Lapras is going to wall the absolute crap out of Suicune. Like I think it even lives a crit Ice Beam from +6. So
that's I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm thinking like you kind of have to just keep going to Lapras because nothing else wants to take like water move. Like it could be Pump. Like so I'm just gonna fucking roar again, so I can see more of your team, which works. He's going Ments.
At least you're winning the information battle. Turn 3, you've seen 5 Pokemon.
Yeah, that's really nice. I decided to just go Scarm and like take my spike because you're not gonna not go Lapras. Like you are going to go Lapras.
Yeah. I mean, Roar Endpert is so much better when there's a spike on the field. Otherwise, you wish you had like Toxic instead.
Yeah, I agree. Or like Ice Beam or something. Obviously not in this matchup. Toxic would have been nice. This thing can still have Heal Bell though. So this thing like
but you can burn through its Heal Bells. You have 16 Toxics. They have 8 Heal Bells.
That's true. That's true. So I'm gonna take my spike. It's offensive Lapras doing 58 goddamn % and getting the para. What? I
mean, it kind of makes sense. You want Lapras. If you want Lapras to be your Suicune answer, you need it to be able to kill a Suicune that's at +10 million.
That does make a little bit of sense. But like, holy moly, that does as much as like some like fucking off me feels like sometimes. I don't know. Like plenty of things, plenty of like offensive Pokemon clicking non-stab super effective electric or fire move do about this much. It's like, okay, Lapras, I didn't know you had it like that.
Let's get the Calc involved.
We go Jolt on the ensuing T-Bolt, and now we can Baton Pass pretty much for free. Should be in a decent spot, all things considered. They go to Claydol, and I'm thinking, what the fuck do I do? This motherfucker keeps bringing Claydol. Not cool, Forte. Not chill, nor cool.
Hey, man, Claydol's a great Pokemon. I put it abnormally high on my fraudulent VR.
Yeah, I'm sure you fucking did. And I'm like, okay, well, my Scarm is parried and at half health, but I think I can respike someday, so I'm just going to take a lot of goddamn damage on your spinner. And if I get another spike up, this thing is not going to be well predisposed to getting a second spin. So we're gonna just take huge damage, and we're gonna play to get another spike in someday. I hard jolt on Lapras. If he was a madman and somehow just stays in an EQs, we just lose the entire set. We shake his hand. We wish him the best of luck in top 8. But you got to make some gamer
there's no
plays.
way he would do that though.
No, why would he
stay
do
in
that?
and if you stay in and Hydro Pump him, and
He just
still have
loses?
Skarmory up.
He just loses. So yeah, we get in front of the Lapras, and I'm thinking you can't risk this. If you risk the Lapras, then Npert like owns your entire family. So
I mean, if you have HP Grass, you can easily go for that.
I thought about it.
But you go for Thunder Wave.
I thought about the mid ground because I'm like, you wouldn't go to Claydol because HP Grass mid ground would kill you, and then you can't spin. It would also mid ground the T-Tar if you're going T-Tar. We've paralyzed the Registeel. There we go.
Right. I think
so
they
that's-
made the best play. Whoa. Focus Punch.
Yeah, lead Focus Punch Registeel. Now what do you think, Tetra?
I've never seen Focus Punch on Registeel in my life.
I don't think I have either.
I think the only thing I would be thinking is that this is like a sub punch Registeel.
That could be.
I think
that could be kinda
somebody
hype.
was saying Curse Punch, but like, how do you use Curse and a move like Focus Punch together?
It's funny you say that because like there's been a lot of people talking about like, oh dude, DD Focus Punch T-Tar is so sick.
Okay,
And-
I've done that before, but that one actually kind of makes some sense.
I think it only makes sense once you realize that you're, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but you're not like clicking like one into the other. Like you're not DDing and then focus punching. You're focus punching at some point and then they think you're BKC and then later you DD and they're like, what the fuck? Now I have to
I think that's generally what you'll be doing, but sometimes there are Pokemon who there may be some Pokemon that
deal with DD
don't
with
mind-
status or something.
yeah.
So you DD as they switch in and then you focus punch as they toxic, maybe? I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Or like a Pokemon, say like an opposing Tyranitar, and the only way they can win the game is by going for their own DD, and maybe they're something crazy like DD Brick Break, and you can call them out,
Or
and you look
okay,
like a legend.
okay, what if you DD as they go to their own T-Tar, and then they're like, okay, he knows he needs a second DD to kill my Tar, so I'm gonna deny their DD with my own focus punch. But we're DD focus punch and our focus punch is faster, so we focus punch and ours goes first, and then they just have to delete their account.
I mean, for all of that, you could just Earthquake and deny their focus punch, but I agree with you that would be devastating.
A lot more aura. Anyway, we have Gengar in, and I'm like, okay, this motherfucker brought Pursuit again. He just did. He didn't not bring it, and it makes sense. I go Skarm.
Right, I mean, he has Breloom. He's got to have Pursuit.
I decided to go Skarm to get what I thought was like free Lefty's chip heal, but then I realized like, oh no. Now I have to pivot on Pursuit T-Tar, and that's really scary. I'm scared. I'm currently a scared little baby. So it goes.
But you did the right thing here. Like,
Yeah.
You're getting the damage on Swampert, and now you can sub down to 5%, which is going to put Lapras in a bind.
Right.
So you actually, I think you cooked.
I took an ND here. No pressure. No pressure. We still have some NDs in the back.
That's right. It's so much better when you have 8 of them instead of 4. Right?
Now this was maybe ambitious. I could have gone fucking Metagross, which resists Ice Beam. Instead we traded half of our Jolteon.
I swear, every time I pivot Metagross on an Ice Beam, it gets frozen, though.
Right, and it's funny you mentioned that. That might come up in a moment. This is going to be the HP Grass. No, never mind. It's not. We're going Skarm. And I kind of like this because we can't be Spored. The only click he has that can do 59 is Focus Punch. But are you really going to Focus Punch and hope I'm not Peck and that I'm not clicking it and that I don't get full parried? That's a lot of ands. There's a lot of ways for you to get out of that situation, but... So I'm thinking that he's going to be too scared, and I'm just going to spike on his ass. But I get fucking full parried, bro. I did the right thing. I did the thing.
But you had the right play, though. So.
Yeah, I did the right thing. So, like, I'm not upset about it. And now I'm like, okay, well, the Claydol is still low. I only want to pivot into the T-Tar so many more times. Like, let's just, like, take our fucking spike. Maybe there's a better click, but again, like, what can come in on this thing? It's terrifying. Look at him.
Yeah, I mean, if you could have got 2 spikes there too, that
I
could've been
know,
big.
that would have been really cool and chill. Here's my perp.
Yeah.
We're going down to 5%. It
A
is
lot of people
sad.
like to. Oh, go ahead.
Do you think Ice Beam can't do 13? So there's no way where I get this kill and keep the sub in front of exactly this Lapras at 13%, right?
Probably not. Well, I mean, you could crit.
Crit Ice Beam maybe has outs, but alas, we're gonna click Endure or Endeavor, whatever the hell. And can I be honest with you? I think it's pretty clear to everybody watching. Oh God. Spoilers. There's Mach Punch / go to Gengar mind games happening. But just not in my head. In my head, I'm like, okay, I'll trade. You want a trade request? Like 5% of my Endpert for your entire Breloom? Yeah, bro, I'm down skis. And I literally forgot that this was even. I could have went Gar, but then he could pursuit trap the Gar. So there's worlds. There's worlds where he is going to just go suit tar on me going Gar. And then me clicking Endeavor is goated as fuck.
You open yourself up to kind of 2 50-50s in that case, because there's a world where they say, all right, Mach Punch is obvious here.
It's
They're
too
gonna
obvious.
Go Gengar,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go for Spore. Although, I would say, like, in a tournament setting like this, that just cannot be, like, that intrusive thought cannot be your click. Because if the Swampert just endeavors on you, and you've successfully sweep sacked the Swampert, which doesn't really matter, because Breloom's dead, but you kill the Breloom as well, like, then Forte is going to look like a clown, so...
Right. And that's why we play the game, to make our opponent look like a clown.
That's exactly right.
And so that's why I clicked Endeavor, to open up the possibility that he rages and crashes out, and then we open ourselves up for an easy game 3, because he'll be tilted. That doesn't happen. He clicks the obvious move, and I let him do it. Here's Gengar.
But now that you go to Gengar, though, from a perspective, like, you're still playing that 50-50 line, so...
It's true, but, like, so what else can I do now? Because, like, we don't have the Paralyzed Skarmory that can threaten Drill Peck. And I have the Jolt, but it's HP Grass. I guess he doesn't know that. I guess I could T-Wave him and just Sleep Sack the Jolt.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that would have been a better play.
I mean, you're kind of forced to do this, so... Like,
I kind of think so, yeah.
But the sort of argument then is like, well, if you're forced to do this anyway, then you could have saved the Swampert.
No, I think you're right. I think if I could go back, I'd go Gengar, and if he games, like, hats off. And a Sleep Gengar can still spin block. Anyway.
Right. Yeah.
He goes Tar. I click Ice Punch, and
you crit and you freeze.
I may or may not have gotten a crit freeze with my back to the wall to make top 8. It may have been a thing that occurred.
A very wise player once said that the prey is most dangerous when put in the corner.
You miss 100% of the crit freezes you don't go for, by the way. And can we point out that there was a ton of crit opportunities game 1 on the Claydol, on the Salamence that I didn't get. So it's about goddamn.
Yeah,
I also crit his Jirachi. I also crit the Jirachi. I definitely cashed out. And I'm thinking, okay, agility meta, didn't get to click agility last game. It's clicking agility this game. Because agility meta just wins now. It's going to win the battle. We're going to go to a game 3.
Yeah, this Registeel's so weird. I can't even tell you what its other 3 moves are.
I could tell you one thing. It has T-Wave, and I'm not letting my agility Metagross get paralyzed for the second game in a row. I'm not going down that way. So we're gonna pivot T-Tar as he pivots Breloom. And I'm like, fuck, dude, shit. I could have used agility. Why did you not try to para me? How are you in my head? And I'm like, okay. He's gonna Spore. Surely he's gonna Spore because he knows I'm never staying in here. So it's cool. Let's sack sleep here. We're gonna sack sleep on the T-Tar guys, and it's all gonna be fine. Just go ahead and focus. I was down to 10 seconds. What am I supposed to do? The Gengar is back.
It's okay, though, because you're putting them in a really awkward position. They don't have a great switch into Gengar.
Is Forte the best player ever? Many are saying this and asking this question. At this point, I'm like,
this was when I saw this, I said, "Oh no, Zets is like he needs to stop playing Pokemon immediately." I was like, this guy's tilted off his rocker. He's fallen out of the chair. He's on the bed with the sore back.
My back is very sore. I'm worried. I was worried. I was like, how do I get through the Registeel? Like, he's gonna paralyze my Metagross. It's not Lump, it's lefties. So I'm like, I need him to get full paired on the T-Wave turn, and I need one Earthquake to kill this thing. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna trade as much damage into the Reggie as I can, and then that's how we win this game. And so that's what we go for. He shows Earthquake, Focus Punch Earthquake, like physical Registeel. Here's the meta. And I'm like, dude,
I think
go ahead.
There's a rap about this, you know, as you see the agency is up 5-1.
It's Curse Focus Punch EQ is what I'm being told in the chat. So I'm telling myself we need exactly a full pair right now. And if we get it, then we're off to the fucking races and it's in God's hands. And if we don't, G fucking G, we got 9th out of 130 people. Suck it. So here we go. We're not Lum. We click Agility. And he doesn't have Thunderwave on his Registeel. What is this fucking Registeel? Why do I not know any of his sets? I don't know the Ment set from game 1. I don't know the Jirachi set. Forte is a madman, and he's just in the fucking kitchen, and it's Overcooked 3 for the Nintendo Switch 2. Have you played Overcooked Tetra? It's a fun game, fun party game.
I've not, so maybe I'll have to pick that up.
It's like a too many cooks in the kitchen thing where you're with all your friends and you're trying to cook together and like do tasks, but you got to collaborate and you end up yelling at each other. It's really fun. This shit was fuck, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, I'm gonna win. Holy fucking what the? Excuse me? Okay, so this is fine.
I mean, I'm never thinking I'm gonna win this endgame with Metagross because you have to hit how many Meteor Mashes?
We'll see. We hit an Earthquake. And it's like, oh fuck, the Ments might live one. It might live one, bro. What if it lives one? I'm not gonna be able to live the fire move, like, at all. It's just gonna kill, right? I'm like, we might need a crit, we might need a high roll. We go for the mash, we land at 82%! Bang. It's bulky! It's bulky as hell. We get the attack raise. Might be too little too late. Here's the Fire Blast they hit. And it does 63! It only does 63%! Bro, what? We're alive? Excuse me? You know we're gonna hit the mash. We're Boom, by the way. We're not Rock Slide, so I can't take the 90% over 85%. The Breloom comes in. It's revealed Mach Punch. Can it do...
Yeah, Mach Punch is not killing, no way.
It's not gonna do 21?
Metagross is too fat.
It's gonna do 18! And you know we fucking hit that shit all day. The Claydol is here. We have to hit again.
The typical thing would be that Tyranitar comes in. You go for Meteor Mash on some dumb shit, miss it. The Tyranitar thaws and gets the kill.
Going for mash there would have it would have been aura farming to the nth degree.
If you did that and lost, everybody would have you would have had to give something up.
I would have been clowned on for
generations. You would have had to pay a penance for that.
I think I would have had to have deleted my channel.
I would have tithed you.
As you should have. That shit is crazy. Cactus saying I think I would have mashed into the Registeel and lost. That's clinically insane.
Well, thinking that you need to get the raise right then and there.
I don't think the raise mattered because we didn't get the raise until after we already hit the Ments once and we one-shot everything else.
Well, your raise didn't matter, but if you got a raise earlier and one-shot the Ments, then it would have mattered.
Yeah, because then we don't have to worry about his crit / burnouts, or if it's a different
or if
set.
If you got high roll Fire Blast at the
high roll Mach. Yeah, because we lived on like 2% or something crazy. I thought that meant Oko's meta and it's lost without a raise. Craziness, insane. Somehow we're fucking alive. So remember his scout showed like a decent amount of stall.
Oh my god, this is evil.
And I'm thinking, dude, he hasn't brought Skarmory at all. He brings 50% Skarmory. We're bringing a mag team. And we planned on bringing this after we won a game. Because after you win, the opponent is going to rest on their laurels. They're going to go back to their comfort food. He's bringing a Skarm team. You know it and I know it. So this is, for whatever reason, this is the, like, I saw a bunch of, it was also Lax. I was like, if he brings stall, Lax is good in a stall. And a lot of V5 shit. And this is the war crime shit that Z Panther passed me. We've got lead.
I think
ahead.
Spreak would see this and say that you are a motherfucker for bringing this.
Well, we'll see. We'll see about that. It's our third agility boom lefties Metagross of the set. They'll never see it coming. First Celebi I've ever brought in my life, pretty much. Normal DD Ments. The mag is a mag. We could have put Ice Beam here, and then this doesn't have to be Hidden Power Ice, but as it stands, we get felted by opposing Ments too much. And this is just a Curse Rest, Return Shadow Ball, Lax for Gengar. We don't have Pursuit support or anything here. So let's just dive the fuck in, gamers. Let's see what goes on. What happens?
This is like an old school throwback Magneton. I think HP Ice used to be more common back in like 2015 or something like that.
Back when Flygon was a bit more popular. I think Flygon was like huge in like the 2000s, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't really
back when like Goofball was playing and Superman was the best team in the format.
Well, according to Forte, no spoilers. We go Lax. And that did no damage. That's not real damage. Like, we immediately know this is like some sort of zap. This is like bulky Spadef zap. This is rest zap. This is evil zap. Something. Now, Tetra, when you see these two Pokemon right here, what is your immediate thought?
Magneton.
These are the most Magneton Pokemon possible. Like, if you could pick two Pokemon that tell you there's a mag. But I'm in my heart of hearts, I'm like, what is he doing? It's a Snorlax. What does he get to do, Tetra?
I mean, he has to switch to a Snorlax counter, and there he goes.
He gets to go Scarm, and we fucking got his ass. We got his ass, gamers. We owned him.
Your timid mag, like even YOLO Scarm is not going to be good into this.
True, but you know what's really unfortunate is the fact that we're timid, non-magnet means we literally never get the OHKO on standard Scarm, which I did not know going into this. I would not rerun this back. This is fucked up. This is
with this roll. He's not a max Scarm, I don't think.
True. No, this does more than is even possible to standard Spadef fully invested Scarm. Like, it's not even possible for us to, let alone one-shotting. We're never one-shotting. So if I run this back, this is going to be Thunder Mag or like at least enough investment to get the kill. Yes.
No. Do not run Thunder Mag.
This shit.
You can only run Thunder Mag if you are like completely defensive investment.
Nothing.
Mag. But if you're completely defensive investment mag, then like why are you running Magneton?
Nothing takes the wind out of your sails more than getting the double, soul reading their Scarm, bringing a mag in on Zap, and then not getting the one shot and they get the spike anyway. This is an unjust spike, Forte. You did not earn this shit. You earned a lot of other things. You got hacks.
Well, hold on.
That's not your spike. Get it out of here.
You signed the contract. It said it wasn't even in the fine print. It said this Magneton does not one-shot Skarmory.
Okay, you think I read the fine print? You think I went into the calc and then checked it? No, I took the team pace and I fucking ran that shit.
Okay, but also think about it like this, though. The play that you don't have a spinner on this team.
We have no spinner. No.
So
Z-Panther says it's fine into a spike.
Right. The play that you made denied second spike.
Which is fucked
you have
up.
To think about it like that.
No.
That's not fucked up. That's a W. That's a super W.
Dude, a super W would have been denying spikes entirely. And like when I'm bringing mag, that is my goal.
No. This is a super W. Denying spikes entirely was Disneyland.
Fickle, and that's exactly why we Thunder. We're the best of all worlds. And the other thing is like, okay.
Well, if you were modest, you might have picked this up. You would have done five. You would have done 10% more damage than you did right there, which that gets the kill.
We take the kill.
Well, okay, maybe not.
We take the kill. And what comes in but our good pal Flygon?
Never mind.
Can you believe it, gamers? Can you believe it? It's fucking Flygon showing his face, and we are literally timid HP Ice Magneton. There's no way.
You're gonna HP Ice right here.
Surely we're gonna click the. Now Zetz is good. I'm a gamer. I learn from my mistakes. Game one, I didn't click enough obvious buttons. I didn't click Dragon Dance with the fucking T-Tar once. I didn't click Agility with the Metagross one time. I didn't even go Charizard. Charizard didn't even get to play. I'm just gonna Unga Bunga. I'm gonna click the button. And we're going to just win on turn 4. Just kidding. I'm worried about off Flygon on Superman next to Spadef Zapdos. And I'm worried that I'm going to get outsped. So I'm going to Endure down to Salic. And that's going to trigger his alarm bells. So now he's going to fucking protect as I click Hidden Power.
You know what? A gamer would have clicked Thunderbolt right there.
Or Toxic. I think he's gonna protect. I thought
actually,
about it.
No. Toxic actually would have been crazy. Because then you're like bluffing. Oh, I'm Endure Salic Magneton, and I'm doing this so I can Toxic your Flygon.
This is
which would have been insane. But
I'm so sad. They go Zap. It's Spadef Zap. They take 30%. That was supposed to do a lot more. So now I'm like, okay, it's doing no damage. It's taking no damage. This is bulky as fuck. That was a defensive Flygon. This was like the GOAT, the God Timid Salic Endure HP Ice Mag, and I threw it all away. And I just want to apologize because that could have been legendary as fuck, and I didn't show up. But did the mag do enough? It got rid of the Scarm, one spike. We got some chip on the Zap. We toxiced the Zap. Could that matter? We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in a vacuum, if you tell me Magneton limited Skarmory to one spike and Toxic and chip to Zapdos to force it to rest later, I would say like Magneton did its job.
I agree.
Now, I mean, with the context that you could have HP Ice and owned that Flygon right there.
I could have done that and then also
more.
like Toxic yet another
like,
thing. Yeah.
Then it feels a little bad, but no, but you and I'm pretty sure based on this being Superman, they're gonna have Gengar and
exactly.
Like,
yeah.
If you have full health Magneton still, like that's
what do they
actually
even
a
do?
pretty
Yeah.
decent check to Gengar.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. And then I wouldn't have even revealed Endure Salic, so that's still in my back pocket after Mag picks off 2 kills. We curse, they go Gengar. I talked to some people about this.
Play would have been to Shadow Ball.
To just Shadow Ball in the ether. The problem is it doesn't kill.
No, but it lets him know.
Yeah, no, it sends a message. It definitely sends a message. I think Curse is like a fine mid ground. And at this point, I think I just always Shadow Ball. I hope I dodge a Wisp. They actually have Destiny Bond, which I've been seeing on Superman more. And that's a great trade for them because depending on what they have in the back, like without Skarm, yeah. I think that Lax can kind of go to the moon. So that's a good trade for them, I think. They bring out T-Tar as I bring in Celebi. And I'm like, I wasn't expecting T-Tar to come out now. We set the sand. What kind of Tyranitar is this?
Well, it's Superman, so there's one answer that's more common than the others.
And we're going to see very soon that it is their third Pursuit Tyranitar of the game, getting the crit on my Celebi, which probably mattered, question mark.
I think it did. I mean, I don't know if it would have left you in, like, Spike plus Sand range, but I don't think it would have killed outright.
Z-Panther saying, I think it's always Coon first because you have B for Zap. I don't disagree. And getting Suicune in front of the T-Tar could have been really sick and nice and cool.
Yeah, another thing, though, and I've talked to Z-Panther about this as well, is like, you know, you're kind of ahead on the information game. You've revealed not very much about your team at that stage. Yeah. If you go Suicune, you're preserving information as well.
That's true. Yeah, there's something to be said about that. And then again, worst case, if he does go Zap, he's gonna get toxic damage. I could go Celebi, and then play from there, and then I get a free Leech Seed as he goes to the T-Tar or something. My thought process was I don't know.
Stay in versus that.
I don't really know what T-Tar this is, so let's get an Intimoff and scout it. And as long as it doesn't like fucking crit exactly Pursuit, the Celebi is gonna be fine. And I'm like, okay.
To me, you're reading like your. To me, this reads like your DD with Brick Break.
So I'm switching meta. I'm going Metagross as he just crunches, and I'm like, okay, I'm throwing. Okay, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose the entire set because I'm just switching and not clicking any buttons into the Pursuit Tar that's just sitting there menacingly. And now I'm like, okay, I'm going Suicune. He goes Jirachi on a Calm Mind. And I thought he would just go straight Zap. I'm like, I'm just gonna have to 1v1 the Zap and somehow win what's in the back. Keep in mind, we are sub Roar. We're not Rest. Our health is finite. He goes Rachi. And I'm like, you go Rachi? This is def Rachi on Superman. This is def Wish. Your only click is Toxic. There's exactly one move for me to click.
Well, I mean, body slam.
No, it's not going to break the sub, brother. And he goes for toxic and he misses it. It doesn't matter. It's sub. We get a free CM. He's done. It's like, it's over.
If you have Ice Beam, you win right here.
We're going to the promised land. He doesn't know what we have. I go for another Calm Mind. He's like, fuck, shit, fuck. The Earthquake doesn't break the sub. Let's go. It's the most defensive Flygon of all time. The HBAs would have owned it.
Oh my god. And you see him again on the Switch.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to not see him on the Switch.
Well, I think there's maybe a chance for Forte if they break your sub with Flygon.
Yeah, but maybe it's a roll.
Really.
Maybe it's a roll.
Not really.
Yeah, he crits a Fire Punch. Okay, Forte.
I mean, that probably didn't matter that much.
Yeah, no, we're going to go ahead and get another sub real quick, like. See, what you guys don't understand.
The sub, I don't know how anybody wins from here.
what you guys don't understand about my game plan and about my gamer brain is I realized if I take the kill on Flygon with Mag, I'm not going to be able to live behind a sub against the Flygon later. Okay? This is next level shit. If you want to make top 8 of a 130 person tournament, you got to be thinking ahead. You got to be thinking 3 steps ahead. I'm talking 4D chess here, okay?
No, I'm pretty sure you won anyway. but
it wouldn't have been quite as cool. I'm trying to farm aura points. There's a
All
wish
right,
in the air.
Zapdos,
yeah.
They get their healing. If they live, they can roar, and then you're boned.
They live.
But they just don't live.
They just simply don't live. And there's the GG. I was so even the moment before they forfeit, I'm like, okay, like surely I win. Surely I'm gonna win. I'm gonna click surf twice, and there's nothing you can do, right? Right. And when he forfeit, I fucking exhaled, and we're in top 8. Holy fucking shit. Trash matchup talking about some thinking ahead. Okay, but what if the Flygon is dead already? Ain't that better, boss? Well, the fact that the Flygon couldn't break sub let me get more CMs. And then I don't have to play a Roar mind game with the Zapdos.
But the thing is, right? Like, so if Flygon was dead and you still had that, like, you would have got more chip on the Zapdos because there's nothing on the team that kills the Magneton outright. Well, I guess maybe they go to Tyranitar instead. I don't know. But if most else was equal, you sub on the Jirachi going for Toxic, you get your Calm Mind as they go to Zapdos, and then you're getting a Surf onto the Zapdos. If the Zapdos is Toxic, then they have to rest. And then Salamence wins the game.
Oh, I see. We allowed our opponent to make a mistake so we could capitalize on it. Yeah, Figgle, there you go.
Or that.
We pretended to make a mistake to lull them into a false sense of security.
Yeah. Which is... I wonder... if they had went to Zapdos immediately... like, could they have maybe won that?
I think they were worried about, like... Let's go to that turn, the first Suicune turn. We hard Suicune into Flamethrower.
Yeah, I think in their mind, you're offensive Suicune.
Yeah, they're thinking we're off Coon, and if we have Ice Beam, I CM, and then... But they're like Spadef as fuck. So maybe they're thinking, fuck, shit. Like, I go Zap, I'm gonna T-Bolt, I'm gonna go second. So, I'm gonna die to, like, Toxic Sand, or I'm gonna get 2-shot. I'm not even gonna get that much damage on the Suicune. And then does he just, like, win anyway? Because, like, if I don't have the Zapdos, I don't have Roar left, and then he can just... like Sleep Talk or like just rest cycle and get a million Calm Minds, and like my Defrachi can't beat it, Pursuit Tar can't beat it, my fucking Defgon definitely can't beat this shit. So like he has to know the exact Suicune set to play against it, and he doesn't know. And I think I don't actually mind what he does, because as long as I'm not exactly sub, then I think going Jirachi and Toxicking me first to force me to rest so that he can roar with Zap and then stabilize is probably correct.
It's such a tough call, right? If you're Forte in this position. Because, I mean, I think I probably would go Zapdos here, and I would probably just slam the T-Bolt and hope that you know, the Suicune is low enough that Jirachi can. Well, the thing is, you have Toxic on Jirachi, so you don't even like you can't even body slam through. And if this is like Calm Mind, Surf, Ice Beam, Rest, you are super fucked.
Can I be real? If he did go Zap, I don't really know what my click is. After I get 1 CM, I guess I'm just taking damage.
I think you just surf into it.
I just take the damage. Yeah.
You want it to rest so that you can get free turns with your
my
other
Mets.
2 win conditions.
Yeah. Well, with something. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, a Jill Metagross looks really good into a Sleeping Zapdos as well.
Yeah, it's not Rock Slide though.
No Rock Slide, but I mean, you could Boom.
Yeah. Yeah, but by then, if in that world we took a T-Bolt to force it to rest, I think. So
yeah.
the Suicune, it's like, okay, we got rid of the Zap, but like, does the Suicune have enough health to like sweep anyway? We might need to try to break with it and then like finish off with Mence, but I don't know if Mence gets through Defrachi.
I think that's well, do you have Earthquake?
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Then I think you have enough turns for Mence to win the game from that position.
Yeah. That was close. Nephew, you're playing somebody in Battle of the Week, or you're probably going to, right? It hasn't been like announced, has it?
It's not official.
Nephew wants to make an unofficial announcement. Go ahead, bro. Let it rip in the chat for all to see. We're waiting.
He's going to announce that he's not able to play.
He's going to announce it.
Spoilers.
There's a medium amount of spoilers happening here. Like, not like really. So I am in fucking Halbert, top 8 against Halbert Simpson. This is a gamer I don't know much about. I see they're hanging out in the Rev Cord. Someone told me they made Swiss round 9 of Rev 3, which is pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, I mean, 1 set away from top cut. That's pretty good.
Not too fucking shabby. And making it this far in winners and then taking Fredazi to game 3.
Shout out to a welcome guest, by the way. Let's go.
Yeah, this is crazy. I don't think I've ever talked to a welcome guest, but they're another gamer you see hanging out around in various poke chords. And this is crazy.
I was invited to somebody's like weird off-site tournament that was kind of like SPL, and that's where I met a welcome guest. And then I saw them popping up in other places. I was like, oh my god, this guy is like a real person, not like one of these strange people I will never see again.
Well, we're seeing them at some point this week. They will be playing Fredazi. That's going to be hype as fuck. Ma, by the way, I don't know who the hell Ma is, but they're also guaranteed at least 5th place, and they're going to play Spreek to make it to winners fucking finals. Lacoot Figgle, happening in literally 3 minutes. I gotta, sadly, this is devastating. I gotta cut the stream. My buddy's coming over. We're watching NFL football. I gotta go fucking pick up some goddamn beer. I badly want to be able to watch this and commentate it. Maybe if you guys ask nicely, maybe Tetra can start his own stream.
Maybe Tetrafolium will do his own thing.
Maybe, yeah. Okay.
Get rated.
I don't know how to rate on YouTube. Is that even I think it's a thing, but like it's like hard. Like I tried to figure out how to do it once. Can I just ask you all nicely to go subscribe to Tetrafolium and to watch his stream where he streams Lacoot versus Figgle? Is that okay? Is that possible?
What's insane is I already have a setup for this too.
Yo, okay.
Hold on. Let me get the lights all up, and maybe within the next 5 minutes, a stream will be on the line.
I am going to link you guys to youtube.com/@Tetrafolium, the goat, the legend. And I ask that you follow him there. The journey continues. The last member of Mugulis Cup 2 top 8 is going to be determined very, very shortly. Lacoot versus Figgle. 2 Zetscord members. 2 fully fledged Zetscord members. I once may have spread misinformation on the internet about Figgle not being in the Zetscord, and that was wrong of me to do. That was not a correct statement, and we've patched things up. Winterbub, welcome. I am literally cutting the stream right now, Winterbub, but I am in top 8 of a 130-person ADV tournament as of last night. I won my run back against the player that beat me in winners, and I am like 5 6 sets away from winning the whole goddamn thing. Nephew, 2 at Winterbub. I apologize for giving you actual bullshit for Secret Santa. Nephew is wont to do that. Figgle and Lacoot, best of luck. I would encourage you guys, Figgle, Lacoot, to one of you message Tetra. Consider delaying the start of your match for 5-ish minutes to let Tetra get the stream up and running so that he can cover the whole thing. I think that'd be hype as shit. I think your set is going to be awesome, and I'm going to go back and rewatch his coverage of it. So I'm hoping that he can cover the whole thing. And I wish you guys both the best of luck. No matter which of you makes it, it's gonna be sick to see one of you face off against Zinc, a newly minted SPL gamer through and through, to try to make it even further. Does Tetra have YouTube? Yes, I linked it in the chat up above. Tetra is gonna be streaming it because I gotta cut the stream. I gotta go pick up some beer. I'm gonna hang out with one of my normie friends. We're gonna watch National Football League playoff 49ers versus Eagles. Guys, it's been
Fly birds fly, or are we roll? What do they say for the 49ers?
I don't even know. I liked the Niners as a kid because I had a game for the Sega Genesis, which is a console that came out before you were born.
Yeah.
And
hold on. When did that come out? The Genesis? 2000?
Fuck no. Are you kidding? I was playing that shit in the 90s, brother. I was playing the Genesis in like 97. But I think it came out hold on. 95, 96.
Okay, maybe I was confusing it with like the Dreamcast or something. All right, yeah, you're right.
I had Joe Montana's Sports Talk Football, and that made me like the Niners as a young kid. I'm not much of a Niners guy anymore, but the Eagles, they're the defending champs. What are you going to root for the fucking defending champs? Not in this context. If they were somehow up against the Chiefs again, yes, but fortunately the Chiefs did not even make the playoffs. And
the more that I'm not going to get political, but the more that relationship develops, the worse that team gets. Think about that.
What relationship?
The knowers know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. Well, he's going to retire. He's done. It's over.
Yeah. Oh, it's over for him.
Just like this stream. This stream is over. Everybody jump over to Tetra. He's going to be going live soon to cover Lacoot versus Figgle for top 8. Last set to make top 8 of Mugulis. It's going to be sick. Tetra, thanks for jumping on. Super fun time as always. And we'll catch you guys all very, very soon on Tetra's stream. Thank you again.